guys, so today I want to talk to you all about 4 big ways that you can save money when buying a car, specifically a used car. Now the easiest way to save money when buying a used car is going to be through the type of purchase method you use, I guess you could say. If you go to a dealership when you're purchasing your used car, it's going to be the most expensive way to go. With that being said, the most consistently cheap route would be private party. Now you also have auctions at junkyards or wherever they may be that you can go to, but private party is probably the major way that people choose. Now buying private party of course does have its risks, but I did do a mini series on my channel. One of them was how to find good deals on used car, another one was about inspection, and I think there was a third one in there, I can't remember off the top of my head. So feel free to check those out if you're interested. Now private party is usually going to save you money because there's no tax. That's really the big thing. There's no tax, there's no dealer fees, there's no added on costs outside of registration and all of that good shit, obviously. But private party can save you money just for that reason, as well as, you know, if it's not a certified pre-owned, it's just a used car, they're not worth as much. That's just a fact of life. Now, another big way to save money when buying a car is to buy something that isn't perfect. What I mean is, a lot of people selling their really nice and pristine cars, especially older ones, want top dollar for it. And if you're trying to save money, that's obviously not the right route to go. I mean, look at this car when I bought it, and I mean, look at it now. It's still a hunk of shit on the outside, right? So that was a great bargaining tool, and that was also something that the owner kind of had going against them at the time. They couldn't ask as much for the car, and of course it did save money. Now I'm not saying that you have to buy a project car necessarily. I mean, of course it can still be a pretty good car, but that's just one thing that you can use to help save you money. Whether it's got a check engine light, it needs a new bumper or something like that, the interior, the seats are messed up. You know, if there's just a lot of flaws, small flaws with it that you know that you can fix and that won't be super detrimental to you, that's a great bargaining tool and a great way to save some money. Now, another way that kind of correlates with these first 2 points is to buy a car that's a restored or salvaged title. Now, this is something that is very iffy and a lot of people don't want to do, but it can save you money if you are in a pinch and if you have the car inspected or know from experience that it was repaired properly and that it's all safe underneath and good to go. Next up is patience. When you're searching for a used car or a car in general, you don't necessarily want to jump at the first thing you see. Have patience, but when you do find something that you want, you gotta jump on it fast. When I saw this car for sale, it was the first day it was up for sale. I jumped on it right away. Thankfully I was the only one that was going to look at it that day, but I made sure to get there as soon as I could and swipe it up before someone else got it for a great deal. Same thing goes for my 9.3. That car was listed for 1/3 of what it was worth on Craigslist, and I jumped on that right away once again, looked at it the same day, agreed to purchase it the same day, and the next morning got all the paperwork done and I bought it. So you want to have patience, but at the same time, when you do see something that's a good deal and you know it, you definitely got to jump on it right away because those things go fast. The 4th way that you can save money when buying a car, and this doesn't necessarily apply to private party sales, this more applies to dealer sales, and that is not financing a car. Of course, if you finance anything in life, it's going to cost you more in the long run. Let's say this car was $10,000. I put down $5,000 on the down payment. By the time I pay it off, I'm probably going to be paying $11,000, $12,000 for that car, when it was really, let's say it was just worth $10,000. So if you make sure that you have enough money to buy what you're saying. Now I'm not saying that financing something is bad. Of course you can finance something, but again, if you're really looking to save as much money as possible, just pay it full cash right away. That's what I've done with both of my cars. Granted, they've both been cheap, and that's something that I really want to continue to do with my cars in the future because it just saves you money in the long run just to pay it off right away and not have to worry about it. So with that being said, that's going to wrap up this video, guys. I do want to touch on one thing on my previous video, the video about Scania. Now, in that video, I pronounced the word Scania Sania the entire time, and I apologize for that. When I grew up, my dad had a 900, and I always just thought that was the way it was pronounced, and I apologize for mispronouncing that. So Scania, from now on, I know that's how it's pronounced. You guys also gave me a lot of helpful information that I could have included in the video on Scania, and for those of you that are European viewers, I thank you so much for that. With that being said though, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I do have a lot of exciting Saab reviews lined up. I finally asked a lot of local people if they'd be willing to let me share their cars on the channel. So I'm looking very forward to doing reviews on that. I'm going to try and do top quality, so they might not come out as soon as I'd like them to, but I want to make sure that they're up there top quality. Just to give you two of them that are on the list, one is a new generation 9.5 Aero, and the other one is a facelifted 9.3 Aero Sport Combi with a 6-speed manual and some work done under the hood. So I am so excited to review both those cars. I've also got some other Saab content coming, so definitely hit that subscribe button if you're excited for that. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. With that being said, that's it for today, guys. I'll see you all next time.